keep my line no more. Oh, oh, you don't make it ring, 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 ring.
Hey guys, it's Asia, the Princess of Variety, and I am back with another Choices Rules of Engagement video. So before I start the video this time, I just wanted to kind of explain the plot of this particular story for people that may be new to my channel, new to this series, or people that have been watching it but kind of need a recap of what's going on. I'm not going to explain everything, I'm just going to explain the underlying plot of this game and what it's about. So Choices overall is basically a mobile app where you download it and there's a bunch of different books within the app and they're interactive stories. So the storyline is already laid out within each book, but you make different choices throughout the game that can kind of alter how things turn out throughout the game. And so each series or each book has it, or each story I should say, has multiple books. Not all of them do, but a lot of them have multiple books. Currently we are on book number 1 of the series that we are currently doing in this video, and this book or this story overall is called Rules of Engagement. Plotline of this particular story, Rules of Engagement, is about a girl named Deja. I named her Deja in the story because that's my name. And basically she is on a cruise ship because her grandmother passed away a few weeks ago. And she was called to the cruise ship by her grandmother's lawyer, who is named Dinesh Singh. It's revealed at her grandmother's will, her grandmother has different tasks that she would like all of her grandchildren to complete before the end of the summer. Deja's task is to get married by the end of the summer, but Deja's current fiance, who her grandmother thought that she was with when she died, just recently cheated on her, so she has the remainder of the summer to find the love of her life and get married. Her siblings and also her shady cousin is also on the ship with her, and they also have tasks to complete. If all of them complete the tasks, then they all get to split $1 million. For each person that doesn't complete their task, then the people who do, their share gets bigger because then they have more money to split between whoever else completed their tasks. I hope I'm not being too confusing by explaining this. I just kind of want to give everyone a recap, and for those that are new, I'm kind of just trying to like explain it to you so you know. But yeah, essentially that is the plot of the game. Her siblings, Amanda, Ryan, and Michelle are also on the ship with her, and then their cousin Brittany is on the ship. And Brittany's trying to like sabotage everybody so she can get all the money for herself. But yeah, if you are new to the series and you're interested in watching it from the beginning, or if you just kind of want to recap and you want to rewatch the series and you've been watching it, I will have it down in the description down below, and I will also make a card pop up right now. You can click on that and watch from the beginning if you choose to. So let's get into the game. Oh, and the cool part about this story is that everybody didn't know that the grandmother was rich. Like Deja and her siblings didn't know that until the grandmother died and they all got on the ship, and then her lawyer explained everything that was going on and how she wanted them to complete these different tasks from her will by the end of the summer to win the money. So we're jumping back into, as you can see, book number 1, chapter 10 of 19. So it says, will your brother's fake story hold up? Meanwhile, your sister gets an opportunity to prove herself at her job. So let's get started. Okay, chapter 10, training day. Now playing as Ryan, you and Alina have just arrived at your room following your first date night. So remember when they got back to the room at the end of the last chapter, Alina punched Ryan and was just like, what is going on? Why did you have me come here? Like, what is all this about? So, Ryan, can you explain why your whole family and a lawyer think that I've been your girlfriend for the last 2 years? She's like, what is going on? Like, I'm just your assistant, dude. You're weird. I played along tonight, but you've got a lot of explaining to do if you want me to keep this act up much longer. And then Ryan says, okay, I get it. The voicemail I left was vague. Alina, please come on my family cruise and pretend to be my girlfriend for my inheritance? What does that even mean? See, he should have just let Deja explain when she tried to call Alina. But whatever. You tell Alina about your grandmother's will and what you have to do to fulfill your conditions. Wait, so in order to get your money, we have to go on a series of dates for the entire summer? Well, in retrospect, your voicemail was actually pretty clear. But still, that's crazy. I agree, girl. Yep, welcome to my family, or you should hear what my sisters have to do. Well, yeah, honestly, the stuff he has to do, like, he has to go on a date with Alina every single Friday for the remainder of the summer. I mean, that's really not that hard. Like, all they have to do is pretend like they're dating and then he gets all that money. So, I mean, it's not like he has to get married by the end of the summer or anything, but I'm gonna choose that. Do I even want to know? Well, Deja has to get married in 3 months. Okay, can we talk about your grandma's weird obsession with your love lives? Yeah, it's weird. But I also wasn't entirely honest with her. I brought this on myself. So now that you know the situation, do you still want to do this? I don't know. Never mind. I knew this was a bad idea. I shouldn't have asked. Look, I'll get you a ticket back and we... Hold on. I didn't say no. You need this money, don't you? You're going to put it into the firm. What? No, this money is all going towards yachts and horses and yachts for my horses. Come on, Ryan. I want the truth. The firm needs this, right? Alina stares deep into your eyes, searching, and you look away, uncomfortable. You might be more right than you're wrong. Then I'll do it. What? I want to help. That's why I came in the first place. I just wanted an explanation. Alina, thank you. You know, if this works, I'll give you a cut of the money. But the firm needs it. Sure, most of it, but whatever the firm can spare is yours. All right. Alina squares her shoulders. Okay, but if we're going to pull this off successfully, we really need to prepare. Prepare for what? We already fooled Brittany and proved to Dinesh that you exist. We did a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. Ryan, we were just lucky we were able to improvise. Something tells me Brittany isn't going to give up after tonight. Yeah, that sounds like her. Yeah, it does. If anyone starts asking questions, we need to have answers. What are you going to say if someone asks what you got for my birthday last year? I got you roses, chocolate-covered strawberries. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm allergic to strawberries. This is why you need to study. Oh, my bad. Me? What about you? I already know everything about you. Really? All right. What did you buy me for my last birthday? A really nice fountain pen. Huh. I would like that. I know. I saw you eyeing some after the Anderson case closed. All right, I see your point, but we can't prepare for everything. It's not like a case where we can do research and formulate lines of questioning. That's why I have a two-step approach. 1, we base everything as much in truth as we can so we don't slip up. That means learning little details about each other. And 2, we prompt each other so even if we don't know the answer, the other can guess it. I like this girl. She's not only pretty, but she's also smart and helpful. What do you mean? Well, let's try a little role play. Go on. I'll be Brittany. And I'm out. Relatable. Pay attention. Imagine we're at the breakfast buffet. Brittany comes up and says, "You two look so in love. What did you do for your first Valentine's Day together?" That does sound like something she would say too. I'd say Ryan actually planned it. He knows I don't like traditional Valentine's Day things. And you'd say, "Don't you have somewhere else to be, Brittany?" Ryan. Sorry, I'd say on our first Valentine's, we ate dinner at the fanciest restaurant in town. I cooked dinner at home. Alina cooked dinner at home. Let's go with the fanciest restaurant in town. A fancy restaurant? That's way too traditional. That's what everyone does on Valentine's. Oh, sorry. Yeah, but it's still a perfectly good answer. Not really. The point was that you take cues from me. Oh, my bad. And what if I'd say, oh yeah, she did. Oh yeah, I should have listened. I'm sorry. And what if I'd said something completely wrong? Wouldn't you just play along? Yeah, and then I'd have to remember whatever fake thing you just made up. It could get complicated. All right, fair enough. Now let's see how good you are. Brittany stumbles up and says, "I haven't been on a date in forever. Where was your first date?" I'd say at a French bistro on the waterfront, the one near our work. It was so romantic. Plus, we have a photo there from our holiday party for evidence. Oh, that's a really good answer. Look at his face. He's like, oh my gosh. I kinda actually do like her in real life. I'm not faking anymore. I know. Now what if Brittany asks? Just then you hear a knock at the door. Expecting anyone? In the middle of the Mediterranean? No. You open the door to find Brittany holding a bottle of wine. She's so annoying. Go away. Hey. Ew. What do? Slam the door. I mean, that's the only option I have. The door frame shakes at the impact. Alina gives you an exasperated look. Closing the door on her is a little suspicious, isn't it? What was I supposed to do? Convince her. Alina steps past you and yanks open the door. Hey. Brittany, sorry about that. Come on in. You watch, horrified as Alina lets Brittany in. Brittany eyes the room before turning to you. What's up? I feel just awful about how rude I was at dinner, so I brought a gift as an apology. Keep it. Brittany holds up the wine bottle, handing it over to Alina. That's very sweet, Brittany. Isn't that nice, Ryan? Yep, thanks. Now it's getting late, so maybe you should... I get it. You two lovebirds probably want to be alone. I bet you miss each other. It must be nice that you get to travel together now. It is nice. I love traveling to faraway cities, so I'm thrilled. Okay, faraway cities is the key phrase here, so I have to make sure I choose the right thing. Okay. But this can't possibly be your first vacation as a couple, can it? You've been together for 2 years. Of course not. Our last trip was so much fun. We went to the bustling city of Kathmandu, a hut on a private beach in Hawaii, or the glitziest hotel in Vegas. The first one. Yeah, I've always wanted to go, so Ryan was really sweet about indulging me. Okay, she said faraway cities, so, I mean, if I said Hawaii or Vegas, that's in the United States. There's a lot of history in the city that I never knew about. That's nice. Girl, you disappointed you didn't catch us messing up? Well, anyway, I look forward to getting to know you over the course of the cruise, Alina. Ryan really never told us anything at all about your relationship. I don't even know why you're together. Number one, it's none of your business, Brittany. Number two, it's none of your business why they're together. Like, that's easy. Alina's the best. Do tell. She is always doing thoughtful things for me. I arrange all his travel. Oh yeah, one time we were out of town and had to be back in the office for an important meeting, but our flight got canceled at the last minute. Alina was the one who stayed up all night getting us to the right trains, buses, and taxis to get us back in time. She's so smart, sweet, organized. Sweet. I'd have never made it without her. I'm just glad I was able to get us both home. Isn't home where you are? Aww. Ugh. Anyway, as much fun as this has been, are we done here? Alina and I would like to be alone. Alina wraps an arm around your waist and snuggles close to you. We have a lot of catching up to do, don't we? I'll say. I guess you two really are dating. At the top it says you've convinced your cousin for now. Why wouldn't we be? Of course. I'll leave you to it. Good night. She gives you one last glance before walking out the door and closing it behind her. Alina breaks into a grin. Well, that went fantastic. I couldn't have done it without you. Hey, if we keep this up, we'll actually be like a real couple and everything. Yeah. You smile down at her and realize she still has her arm around you. Oh, sorry about that. She lets go. I should probably get to sleep. I'm exhausted after the trip here. Yeah, that's a good idea. Ryan, I don't suppose I have my own cabin or anything. To be honest, we're dating, so, well, Did you get so flustered you forgot how to make words? You both turn to look at the bed. You know what? I'll take the floor. You flew all this way, and tonight's dinner must not have been fun for you. I would rate it somewhere between getting a cavity filled and a paper cut. Really? That doesn't sound so bad. You don't know how much I hate getting paper cuts. Well, the bed's yours. Do you need to, change or get ready or something? Yeah, I'll just slip into the bathroom then. Yeah, go ahead. As Alina goes to change, you take an extra blanket from the closet and look sadly at the floor next to the bed. Summer can't be over soon enough. Now playing as Deja, a few days after drinking with Dean, you're floating on your back in the swimming pool. Ah, is there anything better than this? I can think of a few things. Oh gosh, is this Billy? You drift gently downward, treading water, and turn to see... Oh, well. I'm just kidding. Zach, I was starting to think you forgot about me, or wow, you look good in a swimsuit. Let's go with the second one. So do you. That's what brought me down. I saw you and I couldn't help myself. Oh yeah? He slides into the pool and swims out, reaching for you. You smile as he puts an arm around your waist. This seems like a good time to pick up where we left off a few nights ago. He looks down at you, meeting your eyes, and you blush under his gaze. Zach, kiss me or talk to me about what you've been up to. Let's talk. I thought I'd be seeing you more once you joined the cruise. I've been busy with a few things, but I'm here now. What are you busy with? Is it work? I can't imagine you doing a 9 to 5. It's something like that. I'm surprised. I thought living a spontaneous, unstructured life was what you're all about. Suddenly, Zach stiffens, looking past you. You crane your neck to see who he's staring at. Who is this? Speaking of, someone you know? Yes, unfortunately. That's awfully mysterious. My guess is that he's your frat brother, parole officer, or bodyguard. Parole officer? Parole officer! His face! Oh my gosh, I don't like when he makes that face. Like, ew. Would you really let me get this close to you if I was in trouble with the law? Good point. I should probably be more careful. But seriously, who is he then? He's someone who handles all my affairs, and if he's come all the way here to find me, I need to talk with him. He pulls you close, leaning his forehead against yours. We'll spend more time together, that's a promise. Until next time. Bye, Zach. Now playing as Amanda. You're on the last 15 minutes of your shift, and you're cleaning in the back with Carter. And the guy's just standing there, butt naked, except for a snorkel, and he's asking if it's time to meet the dolphins. Okay, that's cool. Okay, now I know something's wrong. You're usually all about my lame cruise stories. Look, I heard Blake totally chewed you out after the Sweet 16. Are you okay? Honestly, I'm pissed at Blake or just trying to keep my head down. No, I'm pissed because the stuff he said really didn't make that much sense. The cake throwing thing with Claire wasn't even my fault. I'm trying to do my best here. He takes this job way too seriously and I have no idea why. When you think about it, all we're doing is serving frou-frou buffet food on an overpriced boat. You hear someone clear their throat behind you and you turn to see Blake step into the kitchen. Crap. Amanda, a moment. You sling your dishcloth over your shoulder and follow Blake to a secluded corner. Did you overhear what I said back there? About how the restaurant's little more than an overpriced buffet? Yeah, I didn't mean it. My feelings aren't hurt if that's what you're worried about, but it doesn't convince me that you're dedicated to keeping your job. Hey, wait, I'm trying here. He holds up a hand to stop you. It's fine. Actually, I have an opportunity for you to demonstrate your commitment. I'd like you to serve at a formal event we're hosting tomorrow night in the restaurant. Ooh, what's on tap? A bar mitzvah, a cotillion, a wedding for variety. It's a classy dinner party for the most important family on the cruise. So is it Claire again? Oh, you might remember them since you served at Claire's Sweet 16. You must be talking about the Montclair family, Fancy Pants family, or Pierce family. Wasn't her last name Pierce? Trust me, I'm never going to forget Claire Pierce's name. Yes, well, her uncle Antoine Pierce is hosting a lavish dinner party. We'll be serving a 12-course tasting menu with paired wines. Yay. That is a lot of courses. It is. I wouldn't normally put you on an assignment like this, but a couple people called in sick, so we're understaffed. I'm counting on you to rein in your attitude and do a good job. If the night goes well, then I have high hopes you'll make it through the rest of the summer. I think I can handle a dinner party. How much do you know about fine wines and gourmet food? I drank a bottle of wine that was $20 once. Uh-huh. Okay, so maybe I don't know everything. That goes without saying. I understand you haven't had the training for formal dining service, and I can help with that. If you're serious about performing well tomorrow, I'm happy to give you some instruction if you stay after your shift tonight. Like a class? Okay, is this gonna cost diamonds? I've had the chefs whip up samples of tomorrow's menu, and the wines Antoine ordered have just come in. We can do a tasting of the food and wine pairing so you can better describe them to the guests and understand what you're serving. You want me to have dinner with you? Are there going to be candles and violins too? Blake, you could have just asked me out. Blake blushes. Didn't mean... I think I get it. You're saying that if I stay late with you, we're going to drink super fancy wine and eat a huge gourmet meal. I wouldn't quite put it that way, personally, but essentially, yes. Here we go with this. Dinner and drinks with Blake. Bring on the good stuff, I guess. Why not? All my freaking diamonds gone. Blake leads you to a table set up with elaborately prepared dishes and wine bottles. He pulls out your chair for you. Wow, are we really doing the candlelight thing? Very funny. Although, actually, the lighting of a dinner setting is key in establishing ambience. Of course. So, let's begin. Contrary to what you might think, our job isn't just reciting wine specials or talking about complimentary flavors. It's telling a story. It is? In order to sell this food and wine to them, we have to sell them an idea, the belief that this food and wine will change or transport them somehow, evoke a memory. Essentially, you have to romance them. I feel like Amanda's going to take this the wrong way. I don't know why, but I'm probably right. Oh, see. What? That's definitely not what I was expecting, especially coming from you. No offense. Why don't I show you how it's done then? By all means. Blake uncorks a Chardonnay and pours you both samples. Blake swirls the wine, then inhales. This Chardonnay reminds me of the smell of salt in the air as a boat departs from a Japanese harbor, crisp, tropical, and full of anticipation. He takes another inhale, accompanied with high notes of passion fruit. My gosh. I'm so itchy and shit. Let me guess, you made up that story or are speaking from personal experience? Let's go with the second one. Is that from your childhood? That's surprisingly insightful, Amanda. I have my moments. Don't sound so surprised. I grew up on a small island near Okinawa. When my parents and I moved to the US, we had to take a ferry to get to the airport. I think the best stories are rooted in some kind of truth. Anyway, it's your turn. Try the wine. You take your glass and completely down it in one gulp. Delicious! Okay. This is a $500 Chardonnay. You need to savor it. He slides a small steel bucket across the table towards you. What's this? For spitting it out. You'll hardly be a discerning wine taster if you go through 8 or 9 types and you've swallowed all of them. But I had a $500 wine in my mouth. Why would I waste it? Besides, the restaurant is closed for the night, and how are we supposed to really sell these products if we can't even enjoy them ourselves? All right, Amanda, if you know so much about wine, then why don't you give me your own description? Oh, I will. Blake opens up a bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon? I don't know. With blackcurrant notes, and you take a sip. This cab tastes like apples, reminds me of the smell in the air right before it rains, summons memories of chlorine summers by the pool. Let's do the middle one. You squint at the wine label, also with some notes of blackcurrant and cinnamon. I believe you're referencing Patricior? What? Huh? What's that? Yeah, what is that? The pleasant smell that accompanies the first rain after a long period of dry weather. Oh, I mean, of course. It's okay if you haven't heard the term before, Amanda. What matters is your description is right. I mean, not bad. You're actually starting to pay attention to what I'm saying. I told you, I'm a natural when it comes to alcohol. Well, before we move on, there's one more thing that's important to note. This wine is aged in an oak barrel, so it has an oaky aroma. Whereas if it was aged in a stainless steel barrel, there's no aroma, which works for getting more exact flavors. Got it. Okay, I got it. Now, when are we going to start digging into all this food? we're getting there. Let's start with one of the appetizers from our menu tonight. Oxtail and roasted asparagus with bechamel sauce. Since the bechamel sauce is, or bechamel, I don't know, quite rich, let's pair it with a dry white burgundy. You both take a small bite and follow it with wine, which you spit into the bucket afterwards. So be honest with me, Amanda, what do you think of the food? I think this is the best food I've ever tasted. You lost me somewhere at bechamel sauce. Let's go with the first one. Are you kidding? I just can't believe I'm getting paid to sample all this stuff. Well, it's one of the perks of the job. I thought this would be motivating for you. Motivating? I thought you invited me because I'm clearly lagging behind everyone else. Learning is part of the process. You are new to this industry, and I also wanted to show you that hard work can be rewarding. I have a strong passion for the culinary arts, so getting to provide input on the menus is one of the more enjoyable parts of my job. It's also easier and faster to do this work alone. Oh, come on. Don't you ever want some company sometimes? Empty restaurant, empty kitchen. Don't you ever get lonely? Lonely is for people who don't have a strong sense of self. However, I can see that it is somewhat informative to gain a different perspective on our menu offerings. Would you say it's even fun? Not at all. Come on, Blake. It's not like the apocalypse is going to start and the world is going to collapse if you say fun once. I, for one, think you're not so terrible to be around. Maybe. Let's move on to a main course, a creamy, rich seafood pasta with shrimp, mussels, and scallops, accompanied by this 98 Chardonnay. Now, if the customer is unsatisfied with the wine choice or was ill-advised, it's our custom at Nomad to throw out that bottle and give them another bottle free of charge. What? If customers don't like the fancy wine, screw them. I'll drink it. Amanda, you can't say something like that. I just did. Ha! Wait, did you just laugh? What? I've never heard you laugh before. It sounded nice. You should try it more often. Maybe I can help with that. So, as you can see, instead of contrasting the wine like last time, we have matched the richness of the sauce with a similarly rich Chardonnay. Right, you know, you're pretty good at this stuff. Let me guess, you originally wanted to be a wine critic, teacher, or chef. Let's do chef. That's right! Food has always played a large role in my family, but culinary school was a frivolous expense. So why did you pick working on a cruise ship in particular? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the fancy digs, but why not just a nice restaurant somewhere? I grew up on an island, so I've always been drawn to the sea. I started at the bottom as a busboy on different vessels and put in the hours until I worked my way up to where I am now. What did your family think about you not becoming a chef? My parents stood by me in my decision. I think that it's really sweet that you were close to your parents, or your parents should have encouraged you to follow your dream. The second one. Don't misunderstand. They did encourage me at first. They want me to be happy, but I was stubborn. In the end, it wasn't an easy to decision to make. Okay, there's another typo. But I knew it was the right thing to do. How did you know? You're quite nosy. Did you know that? I'm just curious about you, so sue me. Sir, was that your attempt at a save? If I had to put that dream on hold to better support them, so be it. Let's leave it at that. Right, well, let's skip ahead to the desserts now. Help yourself to bitter dark chocolate paired with port. Sweet can sometimes be overpowering, which is why I recommend the semi-sweet red. You break off a piece of chocolate and Blake finishes up the sample in his glass. What happened to spitting out the wine? Just this once. Okay. Blake glances at his watch. Anyway, we should clear out soon. We'll have a busy day tomorrow. Thanks for showing me the ropes. If this is how you describe wine, I'd love to hear all about your favorite whiskey. Ah, yes, I remember that mixer. You made quite an impression. When she was chasing him down, and then the next day she found out that he's actually her boss. Yeah, that was funny. Bet you never thought you'd be stuck relying on me for some big fancy dinner. Sorry you had to go with your last resort. Actually, to be honest, you're not my last resort. I'm not? I could have called on a couple other servers, but I picked you because I think you can pull it off. You're smart, you're quick to improvise, and when you put your mind to it, you're fairly capable. You're a fairly capable server. I believe you'll prove yourself to be someone I can truly count on. You really think so? Most people don't trust me with anything important. You have promise. Why else would I take the time to show you how food and wine pairings work here at Nomad? I thought it was because you wanted some alone time with me. Don't be ridiculous. Your face is almost as red as this merlot. You pour another drink and raise your glass. Here's to good taste in wine, whiskey, and all things, never spitting out wine or bechamel sauce. The first one. You completed your training with Blake, is what it says at the top. I'm glad I seem to have converted you to some of the more superior elements in fine dining. Don't get too full of yourself. You eat, drink, and talk together as the night goes on. This is a really long episode here, okay. The night of the dinner, the guests of Antoine Pierce's company anniversary event take their seats. In honor of the 12 years of industry and entrepreneurship that your company has inspired, we at Nomad have prepared a 12-course meal for you tonight. We will start the evening with some appetizers inspired by the local flavor. Foie gras served with lime poached apple, tarragon, and toasted brioche, followed by a vegetarian terrin with truffle oil and cheese. You stand on the side with Carter and other servers, water pitchers and bread at the ready. Oh no, here she is. Oh, Jesus. I haven't been so terrified of a 16-year-old girl since I was 16. He nudges you. It's your turn on the refills. You sigh and head with trepidation to the table, trying not to spill the pitcher as Claire turns her eyes to you. Oh, hello again. She peers at your name tag and looks back up at you with a beaming smile. Amanda. With Blake counting on her, will Amanda survive the dinner with Claire and what... Let me just start over. With Blake counting on her, will Amanda survive the dinner with Claire and what is Zach hiding? Check out the next chapter to find out. Ooh. This one was really long. So yeah, yay. Wow, so that chapter was actually kind of lengthy, but I really like Alina. I like how she's willing to help out. I like how smart she is and how she was telling Ryan that they should kind of base their answers off of the truth a little bit. That way it'll be easier for them to remember different things that they say to Brittany or whoever else, and they can kind of like remember it a lot easier because it's based on something true that has happened. And yeah, I just really like her. I think Brittany's super nosy. I think it's very interesting though that we still don't know what her task is that she has to complete by the end of the summer, because she's in everyone else's business, but she's not telling what her task is. So I don't know. Like, comment down below what you guys think Brittany's task could be. I really don't know what her task could be. I don't have an idea of what it could be, but clearly it's something she doesn't want us to know about because she hasn't mentioned it. So I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see. Also, what do you guys think Zach is hiding? Comment down below what you think he could possibly be hiding, because he just kind of dipped out once that guy showed up. So I don't know. It was a little sketch. And comment what you thought about Blake kind of teaching Amanda the ropes to prepare her for this fancy dinner that she's going to have to do. And Claire's back, so that's going to be interesting. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about everything down below. I love you guys so much. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, just thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.